Start kneeling with your knees underneath your hips and then turn around and check if your heels are in one line with your knees, both of them, and then slowly lower your hands down towards the mat. Spread your fingers with the middle finger pointing forward and have a sensation of not resting on the mat or the floor, but try to push the floor away from you. Almost like you have a superpower and you're pressing that mat all the way down to the floor. And that sensation of pushing the floor away will help you to engage the abdominals and pull them a little bit higher. Your elbows will stay nice and straight, and just lower your spine down and feel like your chest is going down between your elbows. And then lift your spine all the way up, even higher than your back. And then just lower your spine all the way down. You'll feel your shoulder blades coming in towards each other. And then lift the spine all the way up, like you want to lift the spine higher than the back. And then lower yourself down. And then squeeze in between your shoulder blades and lift all the way up. Almost like your spine is in the elevator and you're going all the way down to your basement and then all the way up to the top floor. Let's go for 5 more of those. Squeeze in between your shoulder blades and then lift all the way up. Last 4. Feel like every time you're lowering your spine or lifting your spine, you could go a little bit higher and a little bit lower. Last 3. And then push the floor away from you. Last 2. And then push the floor away from you. And just one more time. Lower down and then push the floor away from you to release. You want to feel like there's a little bit warmth in that upper back. Good job. Stay with your knees right underneath your hips. Turn to the back and make sure that your heel is in one line with your knees on both sides. And just lower your hands down on the mat. Spread your fingers with the middle finger pointing forward and have a sensation of not resting on the mat, but push the floor away from you. And that push of the floor into the mat, into the floor, will make you to engage your core in a little bit more supportive way, so you feel like the lower back is nicely supported. Imagine that you have a glass of water on your pelvis or your lower back, so it's not moving. We are going to start with the left leg. Keep the weight on your both hands and that right knee. Engage your core, especially on the left side a little bit more, to take the weight off that left knee and then open that left knee all the way to the side without hiking the hip, so you don't feel like you're shifting your body weight on your hands. Lift the leg all the way up and then lower down towards the mat. We open all the way to the side and then lower down. So we want to activate all those muscles on the side of the hip to let us to lift that knee a little bit higher with each repetition. Powerful exhalation. You'll notice that the more you use your abs, the easier it is. And let's do it 6 more times to lift and then lower. 5 more and then lower. Last 4 and then down. Last 3, exhale. Last 2 and to lower. 1 more, hold it up. Reach with that knee all the way to the back and then draw a big circle. And we'll just go for 5 of those. Second one goes up and around. Think about that glass of water on your back so your bum doesn't move, your pelvis is not moving, the spine stays nice and still. And up and around, and after 5 circles, let's reverse them. Go back and you open. Inhale to start, exhale. Last 3, up and around. Last 2. And then 1 more. If for any reason this is a little bit too much for the wrist, you can always come on your fists and you can stay on your fists as well. When you finish on that one leg, let's switch sides. Push that floor away, engage your core a little bit more, and then lift that other leg all the way to the side and then lower down. And then open for 9 more without moving your spine. 8. Exhale, 7. Last 6. See if you could lift that leg a little bit higher. Last 4. Lift and then lower. Last 3. Last 2. 1 more. Hold it up and then reach with that knee to the back to start drawing those 5 circles. Keep pushing the floor away from you. Last 3 only. Up and around. Last 2. up and around. One more. Powerful exhalation. And then reverse them. Go to the back, open to the side, and release. Last 4 only. Big circles, last 3. And then 2. And then 1. Back, up and around, and release. Great job. Lay down on your stomach with your feet hip distance apart. Reach with your arms a little bit wider than the shoulders, and then relax your forehead or your nose down on the mat. Now from here, don't allow the belly to relax and the lower back to crunch, but feel like you could sack the belly away from the t-shirt and have a sensation of lengthening your tail away from you. That will engage the core to support the lower back and will keep it nice and long. From here, just lift your right hand and your left leg off the mat, and then try to reach with your hand and the leg in opposite directions as far as you can, and then come back in. And then switch left leg with your right hand and feel this stretch in your body all the way from the shoulder towards your hip, and then come back. Or even from the fingertips all the way to your toes, and you switch and switch. If this feels good, you could lift your head and you could look in between your hands, and maybe you're just tapping the floor, and then you could lift all the way up, so you're not resting the weight. Breathe in and you breathe out. If this feels good, speed up and then hover your arms and legs off the floor, and you're breathing in to swim for a couple repetitions, and you're breathing out to swim for a couple repetitions. If this is too much, come back with your head on the floor and you're just lifting that opposite hand with opposite leg, slowly switching and then changing. Let's go for 10 more, whichever version you're choosing. Powerful exhalation. And an 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Sit back towards your heels. Give yourself a nice stretch. Walk those fingers to the right corner of the mat. Walk the fingers to the left corner of the mat. And then release. Great job.